I used to wake up every morning feeling weaker. My legs, my arms even getting out of bed felt like climbing a mountain. Doctors said it was just old age, but then I tried something different, something ridiculously simple. I drank this one warm, natural remedy before bed, and within 1 week I could feel strength returning to my muscles even while I slept. This isn't a new pill. It's not a strange supplement. It's something backed by science, trusted by tradition. And it might just be sitting in your kitchen. Why seniors lose muscle. While sleeping right now, they call it sarcopenia, the silent thief of strength. And it doesn't arrive with a bang, it creeps in slowly. One day, you're walking upstairs like you've always done. The next, you're reaching for the handrail without thinking. Muscles don't vanish overnight, but the decline often begins in the night because while you sleep, something critical is supposed to happen. Your body rebuilds, every cell repairs, every muscle fibre heals. But after 60, this cycle no longer runs like clockwork. Instead, it stutters, slows, breaks down. And here's the part. Nobody tells you. Your body can only rebuild what you fed it. That means if you're going to bed without giving your body the right building blocks, your muscles aren't recovering, they're shrinking. Night by night, according to research published in the journal Age, and aging seniors can lose up to 3 to 8% of their muscle mass every decade after 50, and most of it happens during periods of rest when the body should be rebuilding. But instead of repair, it enters a kind of starvation state, especially during sleep, when we fast for 7 to 8 hours straight. Now add in factors like poor appetite, blood sugar swings, and reduced digestion. And suddenly, even if you eat well during the day, your muscles may still be breaking. The drink that's changing lives. After 60 down at night, that's why many older adults report waking up more tired than when they went to sleep. Why legs feel heavier in the morning. Why arms ache after the simplest tasks. It's not laziness, it's not weakness, it's underfueled recovery. And here's something shocking. Your body doesn't just need calories at night, it needs amino acids, magnesium, and natural anti-inflammatories that allow muscle fibers to rebuild and reset. Without these, your body runs on empty. It pulls nutrients from muscle tissue itself, and night after night you slowly fade. But what if you could change that with a warm, natural drink before bed? One that signals your body to enter repair mode. One that feeds your cells with what they've been starving for in the next section. I'll show you exactly what to sip before sleep, how it helps rebuild muscle overnight, and the powerful studies behind it. But first, have you ever noticed how some mornings feel heavier than others? How your legs sometimes ache more after a full night's rest? You're not alone, and it's not your fault, but the good news is it's also not permanent. You've likely heard the phrase, "You are what you eat," but after 60, it's more accurate to say, "You are what your body can absorb while you sleep." That's why this one drink has been quietly transforming the lives of older adults across the world. It's not a supplement, it's not a fad powder from the internet. It's something far more familiar. In fact, it might be in your What's Inside Golden Milk, and why it works. Kitchen right now. Warm golden milk. Yes, golden milk, a blend of turmeric milk or plant milk. A pinch of black pepper and a dash of cinnamon isn't just a comforting bedtime ritual. It's a muscle repair powerhouse when used correctly. And here's why turmeric contains curcumin, a potent anti-inflammatory compound that reduces oxidative stress in aging muscles. Studies from the Journal of Medicinal Food show. Curcumin can directly reduce muscle damage, improve recovery, and enhance strength in older adults. But curcumin on its own isn't easily absorbed until you add black pepper, which contains piperine, increasing curcumin absorption by up to 2,000%. Now let's talk protein. If you make your golden milk with warm cow's milk or fortified soy milk, you're feeding your body tryptophan and casein protein, both of which are slow digesting. That's crucial. Why? Because casein releases amino acids into your bloodstream throughout the night, exactly when your body needs them. Most one study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that consuming 30 to 40 grams of casein protein before bed led to increased muscle protein synthesis overnight, especially in older adults. But this isn't just about building biceps, it's about restoring functional strength. Your ability to climb stairs, carry groceries, and get out of bed without pain and golden milk doesn't stop there. Cinnamon stabilizes blood sugar, preventing nighttime crashes that interrupt deep sleep, and a stable sleep cycle is essential for hormone release, especially growth hormone, which is vital for tissue repair. Even more impressive, the warmth of the drink helps relax the nervous system and improve sleep onset, ensuring you stay in those deeper restorative stages of sleep when. How to prepare the perfect nighttime formula. The real healing happens, so what you're sipping isn't just a drink. It's a nightly message to your body that says, it's safe, now rebuild, repair, restore. And that's exactly what it does in the next section. I'll show you exactly how to make this drink, when to take it, and the 3 biggest mistakes that could cancel out its muscle-boosting benefits. But first, take a moment to imagine this. What if every night, instead of losing muscle, your body quietly got stronger? What if waking up sore and stiff could be replaced by something new? Resilience. This isn't just a bedtime beverage, it's a ritual, and like any ritual that works, how you prepare it matters just as much as what's inside it. Let's begin with the core ingredients, the ones that do the real heavy lifting while you sleep. 1 cup of milk. This can be whole milk goat milk or fortified soy milk. If you're lactose intolerant, avoid almond or oat milk if muscle repair is the goal. They don't contain enough protein or amino acids. 1-2 teaspoon turmeric, the golden heart of the drink, rich in curcumin, the compound that reduces inflammation and supports muscle healing. A pinch of black pepper. Just a small dash is enough to boost turmeric absorption by up to 2,000%. Without it, you're missing most of the benefit. 1/4 teaspoon cinnamon balances blood sugar and enhances flavor keeping. Overnight energy crashes at bay. Optional, 1 teaspoon honey adds a calming, comforting sweetness and promotes melatonin release for deeper sleep. Now here's how to make it count first. Gently warm the milk in a saucepan, don't boil it. Boiling breaks down proteins and can reduce the calming effects once it's warm. Stir in the turmeric, pepper and cinnamon. Let it simmer gently for 3 to 5 minutes. Stirring occasionally, the colour should deepen to a rich golden hue, the kind that signals potency. Then, right before removing from heat, add the honey if desired. Never add honey while boiling. High heat can damage its beneficial enzymes. Pour it into a cup. Let it cool slightly now. Before taking that first sip, pause. This is not just a drink. This real studies that back. This ritual is a message to your body that healing begins now and timing. That's just as important. The ideal time to sip golden milk is 30 to 45 minutes before bed. Why? Because that's the window your body begins preparing for rest, slowing heart rate, calming the nervous system, activating repair signals. Drinking it too late can delay sleep. Drinking it too early can blunt the overnight effect. Now, let's talk about the 3 biggest mistakes people make using the wrong milk. Almond and oat milk might be trendy, but they lack the casein protein that's essential for overnight amino acid release. Skipping the pepper. You can't absorb curcumin without piperine from black pepper. It's not optional, it's the activator, not staying consistent. 1 cup won't work miracles, but 7 nights in a row. That's where the body starts to respond. Some viewers have even added a magnesium supplement to their routine to further support deep sleep and muscle relaxation. Consult your doctor first if you do. But here's the truth. You don't need fancy powders or pills, you need a consistent signal delivered warmly, nightly, to tell your body you still have the power to repair. In the next section, I'll take you inside the science, real studies, real results, proof that what you're doing each night with this simple drink isn't folk wisdom. It's biochemistry at work for centuries. Turmeric milk, what we now call golden milk, was a nighttime staple in many traditional cultures. But only recently has science caught up with what wise grandmothers around the world already knew. This drink doesn't just soothe, it repairs. Let's begin with curcumin, the powerhouse compound inside turmeric, a 2020. Double-blind study published in Nutrients examined adults over 60 who experience muscle soreness after moderate physical activity. The group that received curcumin supplementation reported significantly reduced muscle pain, improved recovery time, and enhanced muscle performance compared to the placebo group. But there's more. Another randomized, what happens in 7 nights of golden milk controlled trial in the Journal of Applied Physiology showed that curcumin actively reduces oxidative damage to muscle fibers, damage that naturally accumulates with aging. Less oxidative stress means your muscles can bounce back faster after even basic activities like climbing stairs or standing up from a chair. And remember, recovery is where growth happens. You don't build muscle while walking. You build it during rest if the body has the tools it needs. And curcumin is one of the sharpest tools in the anti-inflammatory toolbox. Now let's look at casein protein found in cow's milk and soy milk. A landmark study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition demonstrated that older men who consume 40 grams of casein before sleep experienced a 22% increase in overnight muscle protein synthesis. Why? Because casein is a slow-digesting protein. It releases amino acids steadily over 7 to 8 hours, keeping your body in a repair state all night. Even more interesting, the study noted that this effect was more pronounced in seniors than in younger adults. Why? Because older bodies respond powerfully when given the right support. Now let's talk sleep. Golden milk isn't just fuel, it's a sedative too. Not in a drugged way, in a natural nervous system calming way. Cinnamon and honey, 2 simple ingredients, help regulate blood sugar, which prevents nighttime cortisol, spikes the stress hormone that wakes you up at 3 a.m. Meanwhile, the warmth of the drink boosts melatonin production, easing you into deeper, more restorative sleep. Deeper sleep means more growth hormone, which fuels tissue regeneration, especially in muscle. Add to that the calming effects of tryptophan, naturally found in milk, and you've got the perfect trifecta: anti-inflammatory, anabolic muscle building, and deeply restorative. But here's something even more profound. Researchers at the University of Delhi found that seniors who incorporated golden milk into their evening routine not only reported improved sleep and reduced pain, but after just 2 weeks, their balance and walking speed improved measurably. Why? Because stronger muscles mean more stability, and more stability means less fear and more freedom. In the next section, we'll go day by day through what you can expect if you start sipping golden milk tonight, the timeline of change, what happens on night 1, night 3, and by night 7. Because real healing doesn't just happen in labs. It happens when a warm mug meets a willing heart and you say yes to your body again. Healing doesn't always shout, sometimes it whispers, and with golden milk it begins that very first night, quietly, gently, like a light switch. 3. Ritual boosters to accelerate. Healing flickering on in a room you didn't realize had gone dark night 1. You drink slowly, the warmth spreads from your throat to your chest to your belly. You feel your body soften your shoulders lower. The restlessness that usually lingers at bedtime feels less urgent. You don't know it yet, but your nervous system is responding. Your heart rate, slowing your stress hormones, easing, and deep sleep preparing to welcome you. You may not wake up stronger tomorrow, but you might wake up rested. And for some, that's the first miracle night too. There's a subtle shift, you might notice it in the way your legs don't ache quite as much after a long sit, or how the cramps that usually sneak in after midnight never arrive. Your body is learning. I'm being supported. Night 3, this is often the turning point. You wake up and something is different. You swing your legs over the bed and stand up. And it's not easy exactly, but it's smoother. The stiffness is there, but it fades faster. You feel capable, like your body is no longer resisting you, but working with you. Some seniors report deeper sleep by this point, fewer bathroom trips, a calmness in the chest they hadn't felt in years. Night 4. Now we're entering momentum, the steady protein from casein, the anti-inflammatory effects of curcumin, and the hormone-regulating properties of cinnamon and honey are no longer just nutrients. They're signals to every cell in your muscles. Rebuild, recover, reawaken. You may feel it in your stride, or how you rise from a chair, or in the lack of pain in places where pain used to live. Night 5. This is the night. Many don't expect the emotional shift for so long. Aging has felt like a slow surrender. But now there's hope. You've kept the ritual, your body is responding, and you start to realize this small act of care is changing the way you see yourself. You're not fragile. You're healing. Night 6. You might catch yourself doing something unusual, standing a little longer than usual, walking just a bit farther before sitting down, choosing stairs over the elevator. These are not dramatic changes, but they are signs of one thing: returning strength, not the kind measured in weightlifting, the kind measured in your questions answered. Lactose, diabetes, medications, confidence. Night 7. You look in the mirror. Your skin might look a bit brighter. Your posture a little taller. But the real change isn't visual, it's visceral. You feel connected again to your legs, to your energy, to the possibility of waking up tomorrow even stronger. This isn't a cure. It's not magic, but it is real, because when you give your body the right message, warmth, nourishment, consistency, it listens and it responds in the next section. I'll introduce 3 simple habits that amplify the effects of your golden milk ritual movements, postures and small changes that work with your bedtime sip to rebuild your strength even faster. Because the drink is the beginning, but what you pair it with can accelerate your transformation. Golden milk is the foundation, but like any good structure, the right supports can make it stronger, faster, more resilient. These aren't complicated routines. They don't require fancy equipment or supplements. In fact, each one can be done in under 5 minutes, and together they create a perfect nighttime ritual that prepares your body for deep restorative healing. Let's begin. Booster 1, the 3-minute circulation stretch before you sip, before you even warm your milk. Give your muscles a gentle signal. We're still alive, we still move. Start by standing near a wall or chair for balance. Roll your shoulders, slowly inhale deeply, and raise your arms above your head. Then do a slow forward bend knees, slightly bent if needed, and let your arms dangle. Now lift one leg and do ankle circles, 10 in each direction. Repeat with the other foot. Finish by standing on your toes for 10 seconds, then gently lowering these movements. Stimulate blood flow, reduce stiffness, and send oxygen to muscle tissue, priming your body to absorb the nutrients in your golden milk more effectively. This simple sequence has been shown in studies to increase blood flow to the lower extremities by up to 20%, improving nutrient delivery and waste removal during Sleep Booster 2. The pillow trick that? The truth, it's not about the drink, it's about reclaiming power. Triggers muscle recovery after your golden milk just before bed. Try this. Elevate your legs, lie on your bed, and place a pillow or 2 beneath your calves so your feet are slightly above your heart. Why? Because gravity does the work. It aids. Venous return, pulling blood back to the core, reducing swelling and allowing fresh, nutrient-rich blood to reach tired muscles, according to the American Journal of Physical Medicine and Rehabilitation. Even 10 minutes of leg elevation reduces inflammation and muscle soreness in older adults. It's passive but powerful. Booster 3, the 4-7-8 breathing technique. Muscle recovery doesn't happen if your nervous system is stuck in fight or flight. You need to activate the parasympathetic system, the one responsible for rest, digestion, and repair. Here's how to do it. Inhale through your nose for 4 seconds. Hold your breath for 7 seconds. Exhale slowly through your mouth for 8 seconds. Do this for 2 to 3 cycles as you sip your golden milk or lie in bed. Studies have shown this simple breathing technique lowers cortisol levels and increases melatonin production, creating ideal conditions for deep muscle repair. And the best part, all 3 of these boosters cost nothing. No machines, no memberships, just your breath, your body, and a few minutes of care. Golden milk is the hero of this story, but these boosters are its allies. The small habits that turn a nightly sip into a system for rebuilding strength. At first, it's just a drink, a mug, a moment of warmth before bed. But then something changes. You begin to realize it was never about turmeric or protein or even muscle recovery. It was about power, the quiet kind, the kind that lives in small decisions, the kind that whispers, "You haven't given up on yourself." Because somewhere between aching joints and sleepless nights, between cancelled walks and silent pain, you may have forgotten something important. Your body is still listening, and when you speak to it gently, consistently with love, it responds. Maybe not overnight, maybe not in fireworks, but in steps, smoother mornings, fewer winces that moment when you bend down to tie your shoes and rise without a groan. That's not the golden milk, that's you returning to yourself. Because here's the truth. No one tells us as we age, you don't need to fight your body. You need to reintroduce yourself to it. Like an old friend who's been waiting quietly, patiently for you to make the first move. And when you do, when you sip that cup with intention, when you stretch for 3 minutes instead of scrolling, when you elevate your legs, not out of desperation, but out of respect, that's when healing begins. Not just in your muscles, but in your belief that your best days haven't passed. They've just been waiting for you to return. So now the question isn't, will this work? The question is, are you ready to come back to yourself, that mug of golden milk on your nightstand? It's not a remedy, it's a reminder. Your strength was never gone. It was simply waiting for your permission to return.